Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Dieter. I'm here with my friend Georgia. You remember Georgia, don't you? Georgia is Curious George's little sister, and she wants to know about writing in her journal. Georgia is stuck. She really wants to learn how to write, but she does not know what to write about. And I told Georgia so many times when I'm teaching my boys and girls to write, they just sit there and they say, "Oh, I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start. I can't do it. I don't know what to do." And Georgia's having that same problem. So I was hoping that we could help her out. Now, I explained to Georgia that the best way to know what to write about is to list some ideas in the back of your journal. And that way, you'll know immediately what you can write about when you get stuck. So, we're going to help Georgia out by writing the list of ideas in the back of our journal. If you don't have your journal right now, would you please go get it and make sure that you have a pencil and an eraser? You can pause the video and go ahead and get those things while I move Georgia to the side. She's going to be watching right here as I write. Okay, now I would like you to write exactly what I have on my board right here. And I said, I can write about. Go ahead and write those 4 words really big in this box. Usually we make a picture in the box, but today this is a very special list of things we can write about. So we're going to put a title of the list in our box. And notice I capitalized each word in the title. Now I have dot, dot, dot. And in one of my reading groups today, we talked about dot, dot, dot. And I explained to them that that is called an ellipsis. It's sort of the letter E, then your lips, E, lip, sis, like a sister. If we put them together, we get ellipsis. Okay, an ellipsis is 3 dots and it means something important is coming. Now, in this case, it means all of the ideas that we're going to write about. So, the first thing that I think you can write about would be things that are your, I'm going to pull my book up here and show you, favorites. Favorites. So, while I'm making this word in my book, I'd like you to write it in your book as well. And you can pause the video anytime you need to. Now, because I'm a teacher and because I like to make things fancy, I'm going to put a bubble around this word. I put it on my first line, I put it right in the center, and now I'm going to put this fancy teacher bubble around it. And that tells me that favorites is a heading. It's what everything in this category will be about. Now, Georgia, what would be some of your favorite things that you like to do? You want to know what my favorite color is? Oh, I'm going to write color because that's the first thing that I want to put as my favorites. Now, watch closely before you write. I'm going to draw a little box, and it's right around the plain line. The plain line, the dotted line, is right in the center of my box. And then I'm going to write the word color. Notice how I'm using the lines. Now, when I write about my favorite color in my journal, I can color in this little box. And that tells me that I already wrote about my favorite color. All right, let's go on. You can also write about your favorite food. Notice how I made my little box there. And now I'm going to write the word food. 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 Oh, what's your favorite food? I'd have to say chicken parmesan for mine. All right, we're going to go down in our book and I'm going to make another little box. You can write about your favorite dessert. What do you like to eat for dessert? Oh, I love all sweets. I love Swedish fish. I love marshmallows. I love pecan pie and cherry pie. Yum, it's making me hungry. The fourth thing we can list under favorites is what is your favorite pet? That is something that you could write about. Of course, mine is puppies, but I do love all kinds of pets. All right. And the last one we're going to list for today is your favorite place to go. Where do you like to go? There's so many places you could list there. I love to go to the beach. I love to go to Aruba because it's so warm and beautiful there. All right. Now, those are all favorites that I can write about. Okay. And I have my little boxes listed for each one. Now, the other thing, another category, all right, or heading that I can write about would be people. So I'm going to put a capital P because this is a title of all the things I can write about. And I wrote the word people. Again, I'm going to put my fancy teacher bubble around it because this tells me it's a special word. I can write about my favorite things or I can write about people. So the first person you might want to write about is your mom. You could write about your mom. I know you know how to spell that. You can make a box here and you can write about your dad. You can write about your dad. Okay? You could write about your brother or your sister. Now, I know I'm going quickly, but you can pause me on each word so that you can catch up, okay? And once you have this in your journal, you will have it for a long, long time. It'll take you a long time to write about all of these things. So you can always refer back to it. I could write about my grandma. Notice I'm going to the next line down and I'm starting way over by my symbols, my skyline, my plane line, my grass line, and my wormy line. Remember wormy? Grandma, or I use the word or there instead of a box because you might want to write about both of them together. You can do it however you would like. This is your very own writing journal. Grandma or grandpa. I'm going to put another box. You might have a special aunt or uncle you would like to write about. You could always do that. My sister is probably my girl's favorite aunt. Okay. Actually, I have two sisters. All right. You can write about your cousin. I hear a lot about first graders having cousins and sleepovers. So you could write about your cousin. Notice I'm putting a little box in front of each one of my topics. You could write about your teacher. Oh, it makes me so happy when my boys and girls write about me. And then when they share it, my heart just explodes. All right. The last category that we can think about if we're really stuck on something to write about, and we don't want to write about favorites and we don't want to write about people, we can write about this. Things I remember. Oh, boys and girls, it's so important to practice our memories. And the older you get, the more important that gets. So things that I remember, special things. I'm going to put my bubble around it because this is my third category. And I only have one or two things in this category because I'm getting to the bottom of my paper now. And that's okay. You can always add more on the back if you'd like. Now, things that I remember, and I know Georgia remembers them too, is I always remember my birthday. You can write about your birthday, and you can think about the last birthday you had and something special that you did. Or you could write about an upcoming birthday too. It doesn't have to be one that you remember, but try to remember your last one. You can write about a trip. Many of my friends like to write about somewhere they went, whether it was to the beach or to Hershey Park or to the zoo. You can write about one of your trips. And then I just added this little one on the bottom, even though there aren't any lines down here, because I thought it might be fun for you to write about kindergarten. What did you do in kindergarten? Who was your favorite teacher in kindergarten? What did you learn in kindergarten? How do you like kindergarten as opposed to first grade? I would also love it if you wrote about first grade. Okay, so now look at my long list of things I can write about. Oh my goodness, I can write about favorites, my favorite color, my favorite food, my favorite dessert, my favorite pet, my favorite place to go. I can write about people, your mom, your dad, brother, sister, grandma or grandpa, aunt, uncle, cousin, teacher, or things that you remember, your birthday, a trip, kindergarten or even first grade. And friends, this is just a suggestion of things that you can write about. Oh, Georgia, there is no reason for you to get stuck on what to write about now because we have tons of ideas. All right, so let me show you quickly, and you don't have to follow me on this. You can just watch. Say that I am going to write a journal entry because we are going to start that right after Halloween. We're going to be writing in our journal 2 to 3 times a week, and I hope 3 to 4 times a week. Every single time you write will be hopefully a little bit better, and you'll draw a little picture. So sometimes we'll tell you what to write about in your journal, but if you don't know what to write about, you can always come to this list and find a topic. Today, I'm just going to go to my very first topic, and that is my favorite color. Now, I already have some writings in my journal that I've showed you before, so I'm going to come to my first clean page in my journal, and you might see that I already wrote a little bit in pencil, but I'm going to trace it so that you can see how I write and what I write about. You know my favorite color is sunny yellow, so I'm going to put a capital Y, and I'm going to write the word yellow. Now, this is me writing one of my first journal entries that I chose from the back of my ideas in my book. So I'm writing yellow is my favorite, and it looks like it, but it's really it. It has that sneaky E on the end. Yellow is my favorite color. Now, if you haven't already guessed, I'm going to put an exclamation point there because it's very exciting. Yellow is my favorite color. That sounds better than yellow is my favorite color, doesn't it? All right. Now, I could stop there, but that's only one sentence, and that's kind of a boring journal entry. If that's all you can do at the beginning, that is fine. We will build up to 2 and 3 sentences. All right. Do you see my exclamation point there? I'm going to go on and I'm going to write something else about yellow. Can you guess what I'm going to write? It is what is one thing that is yellow? It is the color of, what do you think I'm going to write? It is the color of the sun, because everybody that knows me knows that sunny yellow is my classroom theme. Now I'm just going to put a picture or a period there because it is the color of the sun. I'm just telling you a fact. I don't have to say it is the color of the sun. I can just say it is the color of the sun. Now I'm going to write why. I'm going to ask myself a question. Why do I like yellow and the sun? Why? I wonder why that's my favorite color. Well, it's because sunshine makes, what do you think sunshine makes me? Sunshine makes me feel, because I'm going to tell how does it make me feel? Makes me feel warm, of course, and happy. So it makes me feel warm on my body when it shines, but it also makes me feel warm on the inside because it makes me happy. And there's my period. Now I'm gonna give you my bang ending. I could end it here, but I always want to tie it back to the beginning of my writing. So I want to remind the writer of why yellow is my favorite color. And I'm going to say yellow is an awesome color. That is my bang ending. You could end with I love yellow, or yellow rocks, or yellow is the best color in the universe. You can do it however you want, but I chose to say yellow is an awesome color because I know there's a lot of other awesome colors. So here is my whole journal writing now, my very first one. Yellow is my favorite color. It is the color of the sun, period. Sunshine makes me, whoops, I bought my camera, hang on. Sunshine makes me feel warm and happy. Yellow is an awesome color. Oh, okay, so I'm done with all of that. Now I drew my picture. I drew my picture about my writing. Now, your picture definitely has to be exactly what your writing is about. I'm going to get my crayon Okay, and I'm going to color my picture in. So I'm going to make my sunshine up here yellow. Okay, you can probably see. And if I were taking my time like you should be doing, I'm hurrying so that I don't take too much of your time. I might be outlining it in yellow marker. You can do it however you want. So there's my sunshine. And I'm going to give while I have my yellow out, I'm going to give myself some blonde hair because I want to color all parts of my picture. Okay, I like to take out one crayon and then put it right back in so I don't have crayons all over my desk and falling on the floor. Now I'm going to give myself a red shirt because I want to use all different colors. Well, actually, I give myself a little red dress, okay? I want to use all different colors in my picture. I don't want it to be just one color. Okay, so there's my red dress that I have on. And I am going to give my flowers, because you know sunshine makes the flowers grow. So I'm going to give them some stems and leaves. And while I have my green out, I'm also going to be making some grass down here at the bottom because I want to put as many details in my picture as I can. Now you might have noticed that I have a pretty blue puffy cloud in the sky. I don't have dark black clouds because it is a sunshiny day. So there's my cloud, and I even have some little birdies in the background. So let's see, I don't want to make them purple. I am looking for my black to make my little birds flying in the sky. Now, the last thing, I think I'll give myself a little red smile just so you can see. And my eyes are green, so I should have done that when I had the green. I'm going to make my eyes green. And the last thing I'm going to do is my flowers. Now, I don't have purple yet, so I think I'm going to make one color of my flower purple because that will add some more different colors to my picture. And I might make the second one. Let's see. How about orange? I don't have any orange. I think I'll put an orange here. Woo, there is my second flower. Now, I could even add a little bit of orange into my sun if I wanted to, because you know the sun can be yellow and orange. And there is my picture. I have a little word coming up from my mouth, and this is called a speech bubble. So you could always draw that if you wanted. And it says, yay! I am happy because the sunshine makes me feel warm and happy. So there is my picture. Now I'm done. I have my writing and my picture. So I'm going to come way back to the back of my book, and guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to color in this box where it says I wrote about my favorite color. And what color do you think I'm going to color it in? I'm going to color it yellow because I love sunny yellow, and that's what I wrote about. So I know that this is finished now in my book. Whoa, that was a lot of learning. We talked about how you can think about what to write in your journals, and we made a list of many, many things. I really want you to make sure that you have this list in your journal so that when we start writing, you can go back to it. Okay, so that is your assignment, and it must be in your Wilson writing journal, which looks like this. Okay, it must be in your Foundations journal. And then, not today, but when we start making entries in our journal, I want you to come and make an entry just like I did. Now, you don't have to pick the same one. You don't have to pick color first. You can choose to write about your brother or your sister or kindergarten. You can choose anything from any of those topics, unless your teacher gives you something specific to write about. Oh, what do you think, Georgia? Come on over here by me. Oh, there she is. Georgia, did you learn some ideas about what to write about? You did? Yes. You learned a lot of ideas? What would be your favorite thing to write about, Georgia? Tell the boys and girls. Oh, Georgia said she would write about all the animals in the zoo because they are her friends. And that's another thing you could write about, boys and girls. You could write about your best friend or any friends. Okay? I appreciate how attentive you had. I hope you had your attentoscopes on. How attentive you have been. And I cannot wait to see your journals. I hope they're very neat. I know that was a lot of writing. So pat yourself on the back. Pat yourself on the back. Give yourself a boom firecracker. Ooh, ah, and go enjoy your day. And I hope it's full of sunshine. Mwah. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you soon.